Hi everybody, I'm Cassandra from Craftably Ever After and welcome to another video. Now friends, it's Sunday, happy Sunday. It's a beautiful day here in Copenhagen. The sun is shining, which is an absolute bonus, and it is Mother's Day. So to all of you out there, happy Mother's Day. I hope you will all have a fantastic day and that you have something wonderful planned, either with yourself, with your family, with friends, with whoever. May all of you have a very blessed Sunday. All right, friends, let me get into my projects for this week. Now, this week was the week of the bear. Yes, I have been craving some bear love. It's been a while, it feels like, since I've made bears. So this entire week was dedicated to making bears, and I have loved every single minute of it. Now, for those of you who may know or may remember or watch my previous videos, you know that I've been on leave just this week. I've had a fabulous time. I took you with me on Monday. Last week Monday to the Little Mermaid. This week I was out and about again to take some photos of my bears out in the wild. Not quite the wild, but wild enough for Copenhagen. We went on Friday, we went on a little outing, my husband and myself and Jessica. We went to Klampenborg, which is a short, it's like a 10-15 minute train ride outside of Copenhagen. It's a beautiful park. It's actually called the Deer Park. There's loads and loads of deer if you walk some distance into the park, which we didn't do this time. But it's a fantastic park with summer approaching. It's very green, it's lush, it's beautiful. I love being out and about this time of year. It's fantastic. Now, the sun did not shine at all on Friday, but the weather was quite lovely. So we had a fantastic day. We also went into Bakken, which is the world's oldest amusement park. And I'll put a photo or two. I took some photos of my bears there. And I've got one or two video clips, not a lot, but I will put them at the end of the video just to show you another small little part of where I live. So this is just, like I say, a very short distance from our home, about 10-15 minutes by train. All right, friends, let's get into the first project for this week. Now, as you know, I have a very deep love of the Animal Friends of Portabella books. They are my absolute top number one favorite amigurumi books ever. So if I only had to choose one amigurumi book, and I count all three of these books as one, they will be Animal Friends of Portabella 1, 2 and 3. I love them all. And I started off with this cute bear. So if I want a comfort project, a bear will always be it. So he's looking, I don't know why he's looking a little skew on the camera. But I really enjoy this pattern. So it's got this cute little vest. I've been in a little bit of a vest mode. You will see my other two projects as well. And then the pattern comes with this beanie, although I did not put on the pom-pom. I hate making pom-poms. I never get it 100% right that I'm satisfied with it, so I just left it off this time. But this one, and they make up so quickly. These patterns are really quick to make up. This one I made, of course, with my favorite rainbow cotton 86, which is a sport weight or a number 2 weight cotton, 100% cotton, and I used a 2.5 millimeter hook. So this was my first project for this week. Super cute. You would have seen this bear a few times in past videos. It's one of my favorite patterns to make. So this was my first project. My second project, I knew I was going to make a bear because I ordered yarn specifically for it. Now, I mentioned in a previous video that I ordered some of the new toucan yarn from Hobby, which is their plush. It's like a super bulky number 6, like the Parfait Chunky or Honey Bunny or those types of yarns. Ordered a bunch of them. But another yarn that I've been dying to try for amigurumi was on sale at the same time. Now, I only bought 3 colors because I just wanted to give it a quick go. I'm not going to buy a million balls of yarn and then maybe I don't enjoy working with it. It's quite expensive normally. but because it was like half price or something, I bought a few balls just to give it a try. And this is the yarn. It's called Portabella. Look at this beautiful color. So this is sort of a brownish color. It's a very interesting. Now I will tell you what this yarn reminds me of. When I started working with it, I actually got the feeling that it was very similar to the Sheepy's stone-washed yarn. Although the stone-washed is a yarn weight 2, this Portabella is a yarn weight 4. So definitely thicker, but it worked the same. It has the same feel to it. It has the same look once you've completed it. The main difference is the content of this yarn. It does contain wool, and the Sheepy Stone-Washed does not contain any wool at all. So this one, the Portabella, contains 60% cotton, 28% acrylic, and 12% wool. It's a 50-gram ball, and it's a medium number 4. So this is it. So I bought this brown. I bought something that's more of a copper type color, and then a lighter brown that I'll show you that's on the muzzle of my bee. And this is the cute little bear I made. Now this is actually a polar bear pattern, but I mean, change the color and it's just a regular bear. But I've made this pattern before, and I like this bear because it's all one piece. So it's actually, I think I've made, I can't remember if I've made him in a variegated yarn before, but this is the perfect type of pattern if you want to use variegated yarn, because it works up in one piece. Now, as I say, I very much had the feeling that it was very similar to the stone-washed, and this little cowl I actually decided to make in the stone-washed. So it's got that same type of a fuzz on it. So I don't know if you can see, but the stone-washed has a bit of a fuzzy texture to it. Not a heavy fuzz, but this Portabella had the same. Oh, it was fantastic to work up. So this was the other color that I got of the Portabella, that little muzzle color. I loved it. It is such a beautiful, beautiful yarn for amigurumi. The stitches are beautiful. Like I say, it has a very slight fuzz to it. You can almost see it there at the top of his little head. Beautiful, creates a lovely texture. I love this color that's not like a solid, it's not like a solid color. It's got that sort of a, you know, you can see it. It's got those little flecks of white or whatever you call it in between. Very, very nice yarn to work with. This cowl, let me tell you, this is my new favorite clothing item for toys. This cowl is actually part of this pattern. It's the polar bear pattern. I think the designer is called Rokiki, but I will link it down below. Fantastic, fantastic, very easy pattern to do. But this cowl, now as you can see, I sort of put it on him to look like a little vest. But it's supposed to just go around his neck above his arms. But how you do it is brilliant. Now, once you do, normally when you do something in, if you chain and you connect the chain to form a circle or a loop, you have to make sure that you do not twist your chain. In this instance, they actually tell you to just twist your chain so that when you put it on the toy, it lies completely flat all around. Now, let me tell you guys, I wish I can get this in a human-sized version, because I would absolutely wear something like this. It's fantastic. So you can wear it as a cowl, you could wear it as a little vest. I mean, I just loved it. And like I say, like my mind was so confused while I was working on it, because you have this twisty thing that you work on the whole time. I didn't think it was going to work at all. I actually thought I did it wrong to begin with, but I kept on going. I thought, you know what, as I hear many, many times on many, many YouTube channels, just trust the process. So I thought, okay, I'm going to push through. It's just a cowl. I mean, I can redo it if I made a massive stuff up on it. But once I put it on, it is fantastic. like completely flat all the way around. Usually if you do something like this, it would sort of cross, you know, at the back, if you didn't do it the way this lady explained in her pattern, which was brilliant. So I love it. I was busy putting it on, so I was actually supposed to still put his arms through it, but when I got to this point, I'm like, nah, I love this. This is, I don't know, giving me what sort of a vibes. I actually thought it looked like something out of Star Wars for a while. Like, I don't know, I just absolutely love how it turned out. So for this bear with a 4-weight yarn, I used a 3mm hook. For the sport weight, which is the stone washed, I used a 2.5mm. But I love how it turned out. I made him a little candy floss because I knew we were going to Bakken. I knew I was going to take some photos at the amusement park. So this is just some acrylic yarn that I brushed out and glued onto a little toothpick, just so that he had his little candy floss and he was ready for the amusement park. But fantastic. I love how this little bear turned out. Super cute, super quick pattern. I loved using this Portabella. So I think if this ever goes on sale again, I will probably buy some more colors. Usually I don't like working with yarn that contains wool. I find it very scratchy. After a while my eyes start to itch from the fibers, but I think the fiber content or the wool content in this is low enough that it didn't actually bother me that much. I really enjoyed working with this Portabella yarn. So that was project and the bear number 2. Now you guys, the next project I did is actually from a designer that I've never heard of before. She's from here in Finland. Her name is Veronica. She has a YouTube channel and she's got an Etsy store, but although I bought the pattern from her actual website, which is called Garnknuten. She's from Finland, as I mentioned, so I think Garnknuten translates roughly to something like yarn knot. Veronica, you can help me out. My knowledge of the Nordic languages is terrible, but Garnknuten is her name. Now, how I found her, she actually commented on one of my videos. Now, sometimes I like to, you know, when I go through the comments, if something looks like it might be a YouTube channel, I will click on it, see if it's a channel, see if it's yarn related. And Veronica's channel is just lovely. She's got tutorials, she's got tips, she's got vlogs. I really enjoyed watching her videos. She's got a fantastic website with loads and loads of very cute patterns. But of course, being on my bear kick, the one I did was called, I think is it Nanok? I can't remember now the name of the pattern. Nanok, the polar bear. And this was him. Now his little fish is dangling. Let me just keep it here. So this was quite an interesting face. At one point I wasn't sure if I was going to make the eyes. And I thought, no, let me do a proper representation of the pattern. I want to try something different. I don't always want all my bears to look 100% the same. And I actually enjoyed, once I put the nose on, you know, once I embroidered the nose onto the muzzle, you know, the pattern and the little face just came together. Now, I am super proud of this little vest. Actually, in the pattern, it's supposed to have long sleeves with this pattern that continues on the sleeve. But let me tell you, once I completed this part of the sweater, I'm like, no, I am done. I'm done. I cannot do any more. And I'm in a vest phase, as I mentioned before, so I was completely happy with little Nanok. His chest is warm. I mean, he's a polar bear. I'm sure just having his vital organs covered in a little sweater will keep him alive and well here in the Nordics. So I decided to leave off the arms, although I actually bought the pattern purely based on the cute look of the sweater. But I'm proud that I got it this far. Look, it's a little fish motif, because I mean, he's fishing. You get this little cute fish pattern with it, although the fish pattern has a much better looking eye on it. I embroidered a very quick little eye. And the fishing pole in the pattern is actually crocheted as well, although I decided just to use a little wooden dowel and tie the string on it and his little fish. But this sweater, let me tell you guys, it's very easy to make. Actually, the sweater pattern, the construction of the sweater is brilliant. Not difficult at all. You leave these gaps for the arms, and then you come obviously later on to continue with the sleeve. But I was so focused on making this pattern because you follow a chart for it. So I was concentrating so much that I got to the bottom of the fish and realized that I never left the armholes. And you know when you get to that point and you feel like you are going to literally cry out of frustration with yourself for making such a mistake, because then I had to pull back all of that color work almost to the very top, like it's before you actually start this pattern. So I had to pull back all the way up, make sure that I left my armholes, and then continued on with the pattern. But it is so cute, and I happen to have very similar colors to what the pattern looked like, because I loved the white and then these turquoisey colors. It was just fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Love how this pattern came out all the way around. Super proud that I actually managed to get that far with the pattern, because as you guys know, I'm not a big color work person. I do color changes, but normally it's just when it's stripes. I don't do anything weird or anything fancy. So this was quite an achievement for me. So you guys, if I can do it, you can do it as well. But this was such a cute pattern. So please, I'm gonna link Veronica's channel down below, also her website and her Etsy store. Go over, have a look at her channel. She's wonderful. I'm really enjoying watching her videos. All right, friends, that was my 3 makes for this week. I hope you enjoyed seeing them. I have just had such a fantastic week off from work. I wish like this was permanent. I wish I was retired, that I could just sit and crochet and go out and take videos of the amazing area where I live. I just love it so much. But as I say, I will put a few clips for you guys down below. And that's it, you guys. That's it for this week. Let me know what you are working on. Remember that hooking up with books that I'm doing with my friend Caroline. The reveal video for the flat share will be on the 15th of May, which I think is maybe Wednesday. Please make sure that you have your project to me and Caroline at the latest tomorrow. We've still got to edit it into our videos. And then the Mushroom Cat, our Mix and Match Challenge 2024. The entries just keep on coming in. I'm loving it. You still have until the end of May for that one to send me your mushroom cats. All right, friends, that is it for this week. I hope that you will have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. I hope you are ready for the week ahead. And as always, friends, until I see you in the next video, stay safe and stay crafty.